According to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, otherwise known as the FDIC, the average interest rate of a savings account in the U.S. is 0.45%. At the same time, bonds and CDs offer almost 10 times more return on investment for the same amount of risk. According to the Federal Reserve website, updated daily, the federal funds effective rate is 5.33%. This is the highest rate it has been in over 20 years. This is a great way to have your money work for you. That is why in this video, I'll discuss how to take advantage of high interest rates using treasury bonds and certificates of deposit. I'm going to first talk more in depth about what treasury bonds and certificates of deposit are, and then I'll tell you how to buy them. So, what are CDs and treasury bonds, and what do they do? CDs and treasury bonds are what are considered fixed income investments. A fixed income investment is an investment that pays a fixed amount of money over a period of time. Every local bank offers a CD, short for certificates of deposit. When you buy a CD, you're handing over your money for a certain amount of time to the bank, and in turn, you will get interest. Some problems with CDs is that they have minimum amount requirements and that the money you put into that CD cannot be taken out prior to when that CD ends. Here's an example of a CD. Let's say Bob goes to his local bank and puts $1,000 into a 12-month CD that compounds semi-annually at an interest rate of 5%. 1 year later, Bob will receive $1,000 back, which is his principal, but he would also have received $50.62 worth of interest from the bank. You may be wondering if there's any risk involved. CDs are a risk-free investment because the FDIC insures your money. So this means if the bank you bought the CDs at were to go bankrupt, you'll get your money back guaranteed. Another option you have is treasury bills, notes, or bonds. When you buy a treasury bill, you're loaning money to the federal government. These bonds are considered risk-free because the U.S. government has always paid back on its debt. Treasury bonds work the same as a CD. You give the money to the U.S. government for a certain amount of time, and you will then get interest and your principal back. Both options are almost identical, but the only difference is the person you're giving your money to. Now that you know the different options available, I'm going to now talk about how to get these options step by step. If you want to get a CD, you should first look online to see the different options and ask your parents for permission. Which CD? I'll look at these three main things. When you might need your money back, what is the interest rate on the CD, and do I have enough to pass the minimum requirement? Once you know which length of CD you want, you need to go to your bank and ask them for them to transfer your money from one of your other accounts, which could be your savings or checking account, into that CD. To be on the safe side, I would be sure to bring personal information such as a birth certificate, driver's license, or some other type of identification. Another way you can buy a CD is through a brokerage account. A brokerage account is an account where you can buy different types of investments such as stocks, bonds, and brokered CDs. Brokered CDs are CDs that have been bought by the brokerage firm and then resold to individual investors. This could be another way you can invest in CDs. On brokerage accounts, you usually will have to buy in increments of 1,000, so make sure to keep that in mind if you choose that route. Next is a treasury bond. I'd follow the same steps when it came to deciding the length of the CD. Use that same checklist. When I need the money, the interest that is offered, and the minimum requirement to buy that bond. To buy a treasury bond, you need to either have a brokerage account or you need to have a treasury direct account. The minimum account needed to buy a treasury bond is $100 on Treasury Direct, which is a government website, so it's a safe website. And most brokerage accounts are in increments of $1,000. When I bought CDs during the summer, here's what I did. I first I had a savings account at Fidelity, and I then transferred my money out of my savings and moved it over to Lena Savings Bank, just mainly because they offered the highest interest rate, and they had other accounts that I would like to have. But when I was there, all I needed was my driver's license, my birth certificate, and I had a receipt for the transfer of money, which you guys wouldn't need that. So that's pretty much all I needed for that, and they just allowed me to put my money into CDs. So if I were you, I'd just pick out a CD offering from your local bank that you have either a savings account, checking account, or anything like that, and I'd just look through their CD options and choose which one you like the most. In this video, you learned how to buy CDs and treasury bonds. I first covered what treasury bonds and CDs are. I then went over my process of choosing which CD or bond is best for your situation. And lastly, I went over how to obtain these different types of investments step by step. CDs and treasury bonds are a great way to have your money work for you.